Hey guys, Christian the Hammer Cardman here, coming back at you with another deck profile today, and this time around we are taking a look at my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. But before we get into this, be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below so you guys can get future content like this on the channel, as well as some deck reviews. I got some replays on Toon Chaos stream, I got card discussions on the Coalition of the Scrubs, and I might even be starting up some meta-analysis discussions here pretty soon, so be sure to stay tuned for all that. And while you're down there, you might as well check all of the links down in the description below to the Coalition of Scrubs and Toon Chaos stream. If you guys don't know what the Coalition of Scrubs is yet, it's another Yu-Gi-Oh channel that I'm a part of where me and currently 6 other Yu-Gi tubers get together and make you guys some awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. So be sure to go check all of it out. All of the individual creators are down there as well. They're all wonderful people and they all deserve some love. So be sure to go show it to them. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get on with today's deck profile. So, with any self-respecting Blue Eyes deck, most people are only going to run 2, but I am running 3 copies of the big boy Blue Eyes White Dragon himself, because I have some fun things that I love to do with him. Along with him, we also have 2 copies of our Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, just because it's a free special summon if we have a Blue Eyes White in hand. Both level 8 bodies, so it opens up some awesome extra deck plays. We're also, for further extension, we have 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, as it is limited on the Forbidden Limited list. Just gives us an extra body to special summon itself on field, and then we can also special summon a dragon from our hand or graveyard. So, further extension, it's so easy to dump stuff in the graveyard too, so if you just pull him out with that, then, I mean, it's just a free extra body. We also have 1 Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Most times I'm using it for the only light effect so that you can special summon an extra monster from your graveyard in defense position. Once again, super easy to send bodies to the graveyard, so if you get him and a Blue Eyes in graveyard, then you can special summon out the Levianeer, get your Blue Eyes back on field, and have an easy rank 8. So essentially, like, this deck, honestly, it's just kind of a rank 8 turbo, but we will get into that a little bit later on. So next up here, we have 1 Dragon Spirit of White, always treated as a Blue Eyes card, and it is also treated as a normal monster while in the hand or graveyard, making it a perfect Dragon Shrine target. And then also, when it's normally special summon, you can target 1 spell trap your opponent controls and banish it. So, good for those back row matchups. Very situational, but it is nice to have in there. And then if your opponent controls a monster as a quick effect, you can tribute him to special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. So that part's not necessary. I mean, most times we don't actually need the Blue Eyes White Dragon name. It's just the level 8 bodies. So we also have 1 Blue Eyes Solid Dragon. Just if he's normally special summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls to negate its effects. And then when your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you can shuffle this card from the field into the deck, and if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck. You can only use each effect of him once per turn, so it's mostly just to be able to negate an opponent's monster whenever you get the chance to. It's really not that hard to pull him out. So of course we have all the level 1 guys, all the little tuners. We got 2 Protector with Eyes of Blue. Just when he's normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 1 light tuner from your hand, and then you can target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard. If you do special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your hand, I originally was playing this with Maiden with Eyes of Blue, but I realized she wasn't that great, so I took her out. So I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. Protector's kind of a cute one. I'm probably gonna cut him and swap out something else, but for now he's okay. Then of course 2 White Stone of Ancients, so that at the end of the turn after it was sent to the graveyard, we can special summon 1 Blue Eyes from our deck, and then banish it from the graveyard, target 1 Blue Eyes in our graveyard, and add it to our hand. So, super nice there, just some extra recursion plays or extensions, just a nice little bonus. And of course, he's a level 1 tuner with 1,000 less attack, which we'll get into later. Then we're also running 3 White Stone of Legend, because I really love searching for my Blue Eyes White Dragon, and this guy makes it super easy. It's so easy to ditch one of these in the graveyard. If you open up a Dragon Shrine, you can pitch a regular Blue Eyes and a White Stone of Legends, and the White Stone of Legend can add a Blue Eyes to your hand. It's just such a nice setup. So I like running a 3 just because I can use it for discarding fodder in my hand as well, which we'll get onto later. And lastly, for the Blue Eyes monsters, we are running 2 Sage with Eyes of Blue. I'm probably going to end up bumping this guy up. When he's normal summon, you get a 1 level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand, except him. And then you can discard him and target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. So he's good for that effect if you just throw like a White Stone on field, discarding your Sage with Eyes of Blue to target it, sending your White Stone of Legend to graveyard to get a Blue Eyes, and then special summoning a Blue Eyes from your deck thanks to Sage. Just a nice combo there. Like I said, I'm probably gonna end up throwing in the 3rd Sage. I'll probably cut out that Protector with Eyes of Blue, but yeah, I like having him in here for sure. Now for non-Blue Eyes monsters, we also, like I mentioned earlier, we have the Chaos Dragon Levianeer. I do also have the Chaos Creator. Once again, further extension just banishing 1 light and 1 dark from our graveyard, not hard to do. And then if we control him, that he was special summoned from the hand, he can just target 3 banished monsters with different names and special summon one of them. So his effect already banishes 2 monsters. The White Stone of Ancients can banish itself, so you can get up to 3 there. You know, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon banishes 1 to summon if you special summon him that way. So it's really not hard to get 3 targets with different names in your banish zone. It's just further extension. Gets himself as another level 8 body on field that can potentially revive 1 from your banish zone and shuffle back 2 others. So outside of that, we only have 2 more monsters, and that is our Rocket Synchron and Router Dragon. This is just kind of a neat little tech I found. If you use like the Dragon Shrine, you just send the Blue Eyes to graveyard, and that's your second target. You can send the Router, and then it'll let you add the Rocket Synchron to your hand. And if you don't feel you have really any other plays you can make, or you don't need to normal summon that turn, you can normal summon your Rocket Synchron to bring back the Router and be able to go into a level 8 Synchro. So I thought it was kind of a neat tech. The thing that you got to be careful of, though, is that Rocket Synchron locks you into only special summoning darks from your extra deck for the rest of the turn, so you do got to be kind of careful about that, since most of our targets, unfortunately, are light. There is still a few darks that we can definitely use, so just kind of keep that in mind when you're playing it. Just kind of be careful about that. So let's go ahead and move on to the spells now. So as I've been mentioning, we are running 3 copies of Dragon Shrine. This is just like a must for this deck. You need to pitch stuff to the graveyard. I know probably a lot of people would only run it at 2 just because it's hard once per turn, but we want to maximize the chances of seeing this in our opening hand, because it is like a 1-card starter for this deck, and it's just insane how much power this does. We are also running 3 Chaos Space. I know this is also probably overkill since we only have 2 Chaos monsters that we can actually directly search. But the thing is, if we have this and a White Stone of Legend in our opening hand, we can just use the Chaos Space, send the White Stone of Legend to graveyard, and then add either Chaos Creator or Chaos Dragon Levianeer to our hand, and also Blue Eyes from the White Stone of Legend. So it's a pretty nice little tech there. It also is a way to search your Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon. If you end up opening a dark, like an Router, a Rocket Synchron, Red MD, or either the Chaos monsters, you can pitch those to the graveyard to be able to search your Blue Eyes alternative, since he cannot be special summoned, or he cannot be normal summoned or set, and he is level 4 to 8, so he fits within the bill of Chaos Space just perfectly. Alright, so next up here, we are running the 3 Super Poly. I'm running 1 Mud Dragon in the extra deck. I'm gonna try to see if I can find space to throw in the Starving Venom, but as of right now, oh, actually, no, there is a spot for it. So yes, we also have a Starving Venom as well. I just could not do my math for the life of me here. So aside from that, we are also running the 2 copies of Silver's Cry, because once again, if you pitch a Blue Eyes to graveyard with Dragon Shrine or whatever, you can use a Silver's Cry and just be able to revive it. It's just 1 Dragon normal monster, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a Blue Eyes. You could bring out the Dragon Spirit of White with this and be able to get its effect on field to pop a back row if you wanted. So that is kind of nice there, being a generic card like that. Alongside that, we do have 1 Swing of Memories too, just because you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So once again, that gives you a free Blue Eyes or a free Dragon Spirit of White from the graveyard. So I like having those. Only 3 total copies though, otherwise it gets to be a little bit overkill. So yeah, no point to really have more than that. We're also running 2 cards of Consonance. This just discard 1 Dragon Tuner with 1,000 less attack and draw 2 cards. It's basically just a free draw 2. It actually ends up being a +1 if you open this with a White Stone of Legend, because you just pitch the White Stone of Legend, get your 2 cards off of it, and also add a Blue Eyes. So it's like, it's free cards at that point. Super good advantage, and it's not a hard once per turn on it at all, so you can play more than 1 copy in a turn if you end up drawing them. I just don't want to end up bricking with it, so I'm only running it at 2. For more pitching stuff here, we do have a copy of 1 for 1. This is actually really good if you end up opening a 1 for 1 and a White Stone of Legend, because you can just pitch the White Stone of Legend and special summon out another one and use it for whatever. So I think it's kind of hilarious running that. I just like having the 1 for 1, because there are several different targets. I mean, like your Protector, your White Stone of Ancients, and Legends. Then your Sage, Rocket Synchron. I mean, there's targets for it, so I love having it. Also, a Foolish Burial. Once again, since Dragon Shrine is like a 1-card starter, Foolish Burial kind of gets you there. It doesn't go as far as Dragon Shrine, obviously, because Dragon Shrine pitches 2, but Foolish Burial in and of itself is still a really good card. And if you end up opening both, like, yeah, you're set. So along with that, we are also running 1 copy of Dragon Ravine. I'll get to why we're only running 1 copy later, and no terraforming. I'm guessing it's probably pretty obvious. You guys can probably already guess if we're being completely honest here. But aside from all those, the last 2 that we're running here is 2 copies of Dragon's Mirror. I know a lot of people don't really like this card, and it does suck that it's not searchable by Vertanaconda, but it's more so of a backup plan than anything. If we end up drawing into it and we have the Blue Eyes in graveyard, we can go into the Blue Eyes fusion, so I do like having it in here for that much at least. That's it for the main deck. Let's go ahead and move on to the extra deck here. So, as I mentioned with fusions, we do obviously have the Mud Dragon of the Swamp and the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, just so that we have our Super Poly targets. I mean, if we have the space for it in the deck, we might as well run the Super Poly, especially because discarding stuff in the graveyard doesn't really hurt this deck. We like having things in the graveyard, so it's actually kind of helpful. And let me see here. So then we also, along with that, we have a Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Just requires 2 Blue Eyes monsters. Really helps deal a lot of damage and hopefully close out a game. Along with that, we also have Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Just allows you to get some extra attacks. And then you also have the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Both, once again, for some destruction and just outright damage output. I love having them in there. Once again, it's the backup plan, especially if I end up drawing into the Dragon's Mirror after I've gone through my other combos and I already have Blue Eyes in the graveyard. So, really fun there. And of course, Blue Eyes Alternative and Dragon Spirit of White also count as well, I do believe. I think Blue Eyes Solid Dragon also does, but I'm not sure. So that's it for the fusions. We have 1 Synchro, and that's our 1 copy of Borreload Savage Dragon, once again for the Rocket Synchron play. If we end up getting a Link monster already set up in graveyard, we can just easily go into a Borreload Savage and get a free negate. So nothing wrong with that there. That's more of like an end of turns, or like end of sequence thing. So for Link monsters, because the Exceeds are the most important part here, we're running 1 Link Karibo for our white stones, just because it's really handy to use those. 1 Dragoon Knight Romulus, because this allows us to search for that Dragon Ravine, and we could potentially get extension if we summon a dragon from the extra deck, which pretty much all of our extra deck monsters are dragons for the most part. There's a few exceptions in here, including like the Nightmare package. We have a Nightmare Cerberus, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, just because we are sending out a decent amount of bodies, and this could help us bounce back some potential cards and just get rid of some things that are really dangerous to our strategy, so that is really helpful there. We also have 1 Boral Sword Dragon, just in case, you know, like sometimes the Exceeds or the Fusions aren't always enough to facilitate no DK, but if we can get enough bodies, we can go do Boral Sword and just shut out the game right there. So those are our links onto the Exceeds now, because once again, this is probably the most important part of this extra deck, even though it is a pretty small engine. You don't really need that much. So we're running the 1 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy, just because free level 8 spell negation, or free rank 8 spell negation that can deter attacks is pretty good, especially going first, so we have a going first play. But this deck really does aim to go second, and that's why we have this next package, which is our Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Just requires 2 level 8 monsters, and then once per turn, you can just attach material to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it, negate its effects, and it is treated as, or its name becomes Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, so then you can use that monster to rank up into a Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon, which we're also running here. You can exceed some of this card by using a Galaxy Eyes Exceed monster you control as material. Although actually I guess that might not count if we steal the opponent's monster, but nonetheless we could use our actual Cypher Dragon to rank up into this guy, so that's not even a big deal. And then once per turn, you can target up to equip cards. Okay, so this part doesn't matter. But then once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and destroy it. Or 1 face-up card, sorry. So basically, with the Cypher Dragon, Photon Dragon combo, you're getting rid of at least 2 monsters on your opponent's board, and ending with a 4K and a 3K body at least. So, I mean, there's definitely some good potential out of that. That is 7K out of the gate with 2 cards taken care of on your opponent's field that you don't have to worry about now. So that is super helpful. There's not really much else you do in this deck in terms of popping. But, I mean, still, just being able to have that is pretty good. And being such an easy rank 8 engine for this deck, since it is just like a rank or a level 8 spam, it's so easy to go into these guys. I'd almost consider swapping out some of the fusions to be able to throw in more rank 8 monsters, but for now I think this is actually sitting pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to do any test games around this or anything. You guys feel free to mess around this deck as much as you want. This is my variant of it. Once again, it's more of just like a rank 8 spam than like a traditional Blue Eyes deck, but I'm having a lot of fun playing it, and I think you guys can enjoy it too, so definitely be sure to give it a shot. And thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and once again, if you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe down below so you can get more content like this in the future. I appreciate you guys all so much. I can't believe how much support you've been showing me in just the first few months of this channel. We're already, as of recording this, like over 120 subscribers. You guys are just insane with the support, so please keep on killing it. I love each and every single one of you. And I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Remember to have fun and make your move. Peace out.
I'm a love giver.